looking at how to feed your fish. Most beginners do not know how to give their fish feed. That is what we are going to explain in this video. In this video, I'm going to take you through 3 ways of feeding your fish. The last one is going to be the most important and recommended one. So please stay watching to the end. If you are new to this channel, my name is Abdulaziz Issa. Kindly subscribe to this channel, turn on the notification button. Now, when you are going to feed your fish, it is very important to use the right methodology, because the feed determines the growth of your fish, and the growth of your fish determines the profit of your farm. So don't take this lightly. Know the right way of feeding your fish. First method is that we have what we call spot feeding. And the spot feeding, you identify a particular location and always throw or put the feed into that location, and all the fish will find themselves around that place to consume the feed. So the advantage of this method is that all the fish that are thrown in there are likely to be consumed, and that means that contamination of water from the feed is going to be minimized, because what you have to note is that the quality of the fish pond water is mostly determined by the feed. So since all the feed are going to be consumed, it's going to have water qualities reduced. And the disadvantage is that the stronger fish are always going to get more, whilst the weaker one will not get more, they will get less. And the reason is that once you are throwing at that particular place and all the fish are finding themselves there, the stronger ones are always going to consume more until they are satisfied. Then the weaker one can also get theirs. They are likely to consume all, leaving the smaller ones, and that means that the bigger ones will continue to grow bigger and the smaller ones will continue to grow smaller. And the consequences is that cannibalism is going to be high. I've had a video on cannibalism. You can check that out in the description. Now, the second method is the broadcasting method. In this particular method of feeding your fish, you will throw the feed across the fish pond. As the name suggests, broadcast. You spread the feed across all the length and breadth of the fish pond. And this method, all the fish at which particular place that they find themselves are going to get the feed. So this method, all the weaker ones, both the weaker ones and the stronger ones will get the share of their feed. But this time, the advantage is that you don't have to find a particular location, labor of getting a particular location. And the advantage is also that all the fish are likely to get portion of the feed, because at wherever the fish is, the feed is going to reach it there. Now, the disadvantage is that the feed will not be consumed by all. So there are other places, or at times the feed will fall at a particular places where it will not be consumed, and that means that it's going to jeopardize the quality of the water. Because like I said earlier, the feed always, or one of the leading way of jeopardizing or the quality of your fish water. So it is very important. Now, the last and the most recommended method, which I often use in my farm, is the use of the responsive feeding method. In the responsive feeding method, it combines both the spot feeding or the broadcast feeding, or you either use the spot feeding or the broadcast feeding. But what is important is that you give the feed a quantity at a time to observe how the fish respond to the feed. It is very important here. Now, you don't just come and throw in the feed just like that. You give a little quantity at a time. You may broadcast it or you may put it at a particular place. That's what I said. You either use the broadcast method. That's what I said. You either use the broadcast method or the spot method. But what's important is that you give at a particular time. You observe how they respond to it. If they are active in eating, it means that you can give more and give more and be observing until you realize that they are no more active in eating, and you can say that they are satisfied. Then you leave them that way. This method is able to control overfeeding, and overfeeding, like I said, always leads to water quality issues. So when you are able to control overfeeding, then you are going to have healthy fish. And this method will also make sure that all the fish get their part. And another advantage of that, this method of feeding ensures that the fish are healthy because you are observing how they respond to the feed, and you realize that they are not responding actively to the feed. It means there is something wrong with them, and that's when you will check to be sure that the fish are healthy. And this also control the issue of giving higher feed when they require less feed. So when you give small and they respond, and then you actively, then you continue to give. But when you give small and you realize that they are not responding actively, then you stop. And that's why I say you're able to control overfeeding, and they're able to tell whether the feed is being consumed or not. But the disadvantage is that in this method, you are not always able to tell the quantity of feed that they have taken at a day or at a time, unless you keep proper records. If you are using something to feed, for instance, you are using a cup, like you have a cup like this, then you measure food of it, throw small, throw, and then when they finish eating, that's one cup, then fetch another cup. Then at the end of the feeding, you record down the number of cups that they have taken, and that's the quantity. Tomorrow you do the same, or the next feeding you do the same, and that continues. So when you have that record, you can able to tell how the feed is being consumed by the fish. So this method, I said, it is very important and is the most recommended one, because when the fish is healthy, you know, because healthy fish are characterized by high appetite. When you give them feed, they are rushing for it, and that indicates that they are healthy. So this method is able to tell. But when you also give the feed and you realize that they are not responding to it, it means that there's something wrong. Either they have been through stress, they are stressful, or the fish pond water quality is not good. So that is when you should find solution. So this method is very important. Another way that can save you a lot of costs, energy, and then time is the use of automatic feeders. And the automatic feeders, you will adjust the time and the quantity of the feed, and you put in the feed and fix it in the fish pond. You can give it timing so that the feeder will always give the right quantity at the right time. So this is going to save you costs and energy, and more importantly, time. So you can check out the automatic feeder in the description, and then you can use it to help you in your fish farm. So if I have provided value so far, please kindly subscribe to this channel, turn on the notification button, and please make sure that you share the video and it reach more people. I thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. My name is Abdulaziz Issa.